Hey everyone, it's Dawn. The title of this video is Galactic Goodness, and it's nice to be bringing forward something that is a win and just a beautiful energy that is incoming. And it does seem to coincide, doesn't it, with some of the events in our world that are glimmers, little teeny glimmers in the midst of this gloom. And so hold fast to those glimmers. So galactic goodness, what I mean by that is that so first of all, I didn't sleep last night, and I was like, not at all, like it's unusual. I usually go to sleep right away and sleep fairly soundly, but did not sleep at all. And at first I was thinking it must be my mind going, but I realized no, it was definitely something else. And so, yes, this has to do with a lot of different things on the global level, and in terms of the forces that we think of that are out there, right, of good and evil, and it's how we've traditionally classified things, and of course, underneath all is what I talk about as the one light and the one life and the one love. Yeah. And I just felt such a, like something has broken, and it's a good break. And so from this point forward, there will be clarity for many of us and many of those around us, and it'll show up in different ways. So to get to it, so this galactic goodness, yes. So the darkness has had like a stranglehold. So I think of it in terms of something that I experienced it must be almost 20 years ago now. It was actually more than 20 years ago, because it was pre 9/11. So it was right in that period between, it was probably 99 or 2000, right around there. Yes. I heard things in the sky. I heard, like, the first time I heard this like cranking sound in the sky was 2000. And then I heard it again in 2012, which then it was documented. Lots of people heard it around the world. Haven't heard it in the same way since then, but I've seen things. And so there's this energy that's moving, and sometimes it's difficult to discern where the energy is coming from, what it's attached to, whose it is, all of that. But I felt this morning, so I was reminded of like what we've been in, the energy we've been in for quite some time now. And likely there's pockets of it still out there. It's very much like what I experienced back in, I think it was 99 or 2000. And I woke up one morning out of the blue, and it was as if somebody was trying to strangle me in my bed, like literally. And I wrote about it. I don't have that journal entry anymore, but I will never forget what I was shown shortly thereafter, which was that this was happening to many souls who, in interior at least, not saying that I was perfect by any stretch of the imagination then or now at all, but the darker the energy, the more it goes for the purity within people, even when they themselves are unaware of what that purity is or is about. For example, at that time, the Cultivating Essence message I just shared on the 21st, that is 12 years since I released it. It was actually, I became aware of it in 1999, right around that time, and I couldn't explain it. It terrified me, and then I also was experiencing a great deal of turmoil because I'm just so intuitively and psychically aware, and particularly of specific situations, both on the collective level and related to certain individuals, it was incredibly difficult to hold it because those people weren't aware of what was happening to them. And, if I would have tried to speak to them, they wouldn't have listened to me. And I'm talking about multiple people here, not one person or one relationship or anything like that. But it was very difficult to process and to hold. And I was very unaware at the time of what my larger purpose was really. I knew what I knew in my heart and soul, and I knew that this world, this conditioned thing that we're all sent through these systems, right? And told oh, this is what you do, and then you do it, and you do follow the rules, or you don't. Either way, it doesn't work. Either way, it doesn't work, or it didn't. And, so I found myself experiencing very real, I would now classify them as psychic attacks, but not just because I myself was vulnerable to them, literally targeted attacks. And I've witnessed this in other people, some of whom are, awake and aware of what's happening and why maybe it's happening, and others who aren't. And what I felt last night was that's the energy we've been under. Those kinds of things, boom, 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 boom. Maybe not that drastic, but just out, it's just a free-for-all of crazy energy. And so if you, like I did, eventually learn to shield your energy and protect yourself, and through prayer and through particular practices, and I still have to, really, really remind myself of this, kind of daily, then, perhaps you haven't experienced things that were that drastic, as I have not been in that way. And there were some other things that happened back then that I could tell you that make your toes curl. But I was shown that this lightness that I feel that's coming in now, it reminds me of December of 2020. That period as well, or is it 2019? One of those. And it's as if now there's the anchoring of a softer light, but that softer light is like an enormous amount of an angelic chorus and warriors, freedom warriors. That may be what I call this, actually. I know I said a different title at the beginning, but it's like freedom fighters. And this leads into what I'm seeing for, it's going to be pretty volatile, I think, but in what I'm seeing for mid-July, the potential is there. The seed potential is there for something truly miraculous that may or may not look miraculous, okay? So I feel this very strongly. I'm getting chills, and I'm seeing things flash through my mind, and if you are tuned in, you'll feel it. You'll have seen the things, the events, but also you'll feel it. And so that's my invitation to us all, is that we feel the galactic goodness that is here for us. And we know it has not been in vain. It has not been in vain. And no attempt to thwart those who are devoted to light and life and love, to the soul's journey, to being present in the moment of the now, which is always our next opportunity window. Nothing can separate us from the love that is God, and nothing can take that from us. And there is a turn that has been made when it is no longer possible to hold captive that which is meant to be free. So believe in freedom and only fly for freedom. And know that there is such a beautiful, beautiful, army of angels. I don't like the word army, but just a beautiful chorus of angels. But these are feisty warrior angels and galactic friends who, interestingly enough, for those who have been in the news of late, they are galactic brothers and sisters. And I, for one, I am rejoicing in the beauty of the path that is being laid and that has been made possible by so many people out there like you who have been steadfast and true and loyal to your heart's true calling and to your deepest knowing and trust in life and honoring of the other, even and the other being the collective as well, even when the actions of many people in your life and in my life and in our world have looked the opposite of anything we want to be associated with. And so there's just a beautiful harmonization. It doesn't mean we're all like, you know, like being reduced down to like little carbon copies. We're the opposite of that. The opposite of that. We're each able now, with this galactic goodness that is here, to shine in such a way that our brilliant star within us is lifted up. It's lifted up to shine, and it's held high and set free. The setting free part is what I'm trying to get at there. Okay, I am going to stop rambling now because I haven't had a lot of sleep. And once I catch up with my sleep, I will I'll add a little more to that, maybe with some specificity in terms of some things that I saw this morning regarding that galactic part. The potential is there, like now, for in any minute, something to literally be completely transformed, completely transfigured in the moment, unexpectedly, almost miraculously, perhaps miraculously.